Let's be honest, we spend much more time sitting than we probably realize. We sit down for breakfast, we sit to watch the news, and we sit to read or catch up on our phones. It feels like we're resting, but for our bodies and especially our pelvic health, this is actually the toughest position to be in. As we get older, this sedentary lifestyle quietly becomes our biggest enemy. Think about it. When we sit for hours, we're essentially pinching off the natural pathways of our blood. We're restricting fresh oxygen from reaching our hip joints, our legs, and our vital organs. That heavy feeling in your legs and that nagging stiffness in your hips, we usually just blame it on getting older. But more often than not, it's simply a lack of circulation where we need it most. But here's the good news. You don't need to run a marathon to fix this. You don't need a gym membership, and you certainly don't need to be an athlete. Today, we are going to do 5 specific, very gentle exercises designed to restore that blood flow. We are going to wake up the pelvic floor, lubricate the hip joints, and get you moving pain-free. I am not going to waste your time with long introductions. We are going to get straight to work because your health is the most important thing you have. So please find a comfortable spot on the floor or a sturdy mat, and let's begin improving your life right now. Exercise 1, the glute walk. Walking on buttocks. Our first movement is something that might look a little funny at first, but believe me, it is one of the most powerful tools in our arsenal for pelvic health. We call this walking on the buttocks. Why are we doing this? This exercise acts as a direct massage for the pelvic organs. By shifting your weight from one side to the other, you are manually pumping blood through the entire pelvic girdle. For the gentlemen watching, this is excellent for prostate health. For the ladies, this is incredible for gynecological health and improving digestion. Let's get into position. Sit down on the floor or your mat. Extend your legs straight out in front of you. Now, this is important. I want you to sit tall. Imagine there's a string pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Keep your back straight. Try not to bend your knees, but keep them soft. Don't lock them. Hold your arms out straight in front of you for balance, and keep your gaze fixed forward. Now we move. We're going to take small steps forward using only our hips. Lift your right hip and move it forward. Then the left hip. 1, 2, 1, 2. Feel those 2 hard bones under your bottom? Those are your ischial tuberosities or sits bones. I want you to use those as your feet. Try not to drag your heels heavily. Let them slide. But the drive comes from the hips. Let's go forward for a few paces. And now let's go backward. Reverse the motion. Right hip back, left hip back. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. We're going to do this for about 1 minute. Now, I want to address safety. If you have severe lower back issues, herniated discs, or if your core feels too weak to hold you upright, please do not force this. We have a modification for you. Simply place your hands on the floor beside your hips. Use your arms to support your spine. Take the weight off your back. The movement is the same, shuffling forward and backward on those sits bones, but your arms are there to keep you safe. Remember the golden rule of our workouts: no pain. Discomfort from working a muscle is okay, but sharp pain is a red light. If you feel sharp pain, stop immediately and wait for the next exercise. Keep going. Feel that warmth generating in your lower belly? That is circulation returning to areas that have been asleep. Keep your legs relatively straight, heels sliding. If you are feeling good and energetic, feel free to do a second round of this after a short break. But for today, 1 good minute is a fantastic start. Before we move on to our next move, I have a small favor to ask. If you are finding this helpful, please take a moment to hit that like button. It helps YouTube recommend this video to other seniors who need these exercises. By clicking like, you are helping someone else find relief. Thank you so much. Exercise 2, sumo stretch, active stretching. Moving on, exercise number 2 is the sumo stretch. As we age, the inner thigh muscles, the adductors, tend to get very tight and short because we sit with our legs close together. When these muscles are tight, they pull on the pelvis and cause lower back pain. This exercise is going to gently open up the hips and pump fluid into the groin area. We're going to look at 2 versions, the classic version and the simplified version. Pick the one that feels safest for you. Let's start with the classic version. Stand up straight with your feet wider than your shoulders. Turn your toes out slightly. Now we are going to shift our weight. Lunge gently to the right, bending the right knee. Then lunge gently to the left. Just loosen up a bit. Now place your hand on your waist. we are going to slide our hands down our thighs as we bend our knees. Imagine you are a sumo wrestler getting ready for a match, but we're doing it smoothly. Slide your hands down until they are just above your knees. Rest your hands there. Your arms are now supporting your upper body weight, taking the pressure off your lower back. In this position, we are going to do gentle pulses, small rhythmic bounces. You should feel a stretch in the inner thighs. Now push through your heels and slowly, smoothly straighten your legs to return to the standing position. Do not rush this part. Rising too fast can make you dizzy. Take your time. Once you're up, shake your legs out. Just give them a little wiggle. That vibration helps release tension. We aim for about 4 to 5 repetitions of this. Now let's talk about the simplified version. If you have bad knees or if that wide stance feels unstable, I want you to do this instead. Stand tall, feet shoulder-width apart. We aren't going to take a giant step, just a tiny bit wider than your shoulders. Instead of a deep lunge, we're going to do a mini squat. Push your hips back as if you're reaching for a high chair behind you. Bend the knees just a little bit. Place your hands on your thighs for support immediately. Do not go deep, just a shallow dip. From here, do those same gentle pulses. After a few pulses, smoothly stand back up. To stand up easier, you can pivot your feet forward first, then bring your legs together. Let's do this 4 or 5 times total. Why is this pulsing important? We aren't just holding a static stretch. The pulsing acts like a pump. We are mechanically squishing the tissues of our sponge, squeezing out old fluids and allowing fresh blood to rush in when we release. Exercise number 3 is called the pendulum. This is my absolute favorite exercise for decompression. Gravity is usually pushing us down, compressing our joints. In this exercise, we are going to use gravity to pull the leg out of the socket gently, creating space and relief. For this, we need a prop to create a small height difference. You can use your yoga mat folded into a stable square or simply wear a thick slipper or sneaker on one foot. Find a wall. You need a wall for balance. Now, pay close attention to the setup. You are going to stand on the leg that is furthest from the wall. This is your supporting leg. Step onto your folded mat or put your slipper on this outside foot. Place your hand firmly on the wall for stability. The leg closest to the wall, your inner leg, should now be hovering freely in the air. It shouldn't touch the floor. Here is the movement. I want you to lift that inner leg up, lift your thigh as high as you comfortably can using your muscles. Squeeze it up towards your chest. Now, here's the magic part. Drop it. Do not lower it slowly. I want you to let it fall completely dead like a wet noodle. Imagine your leg is a heavy rope or an overcooked piece of spaghetti. Lift it up with effort and drop it. Let it swing. 1, 2, 3. Find your rhythm. It should not hurt. If it hurts, you're lifting too high. Relax your foot, relax your calf. Let's do about 10 repetitions on this side. Lift and drop. Swing, swing. Okay, let's switch sides. Turn around. Now your other leg is the outside leg. Step onto the mat or switch your slipper to this foot. Stand on the outside leg, hand on the wall. Same thing. Posture straight, lift the inner knee up and release. Let it gravity take it. This is wonderful for people who have jammed hips or feel like their legs are stuck in the socket. We are creating space. 10 times on this side is plenty. 1 set is enough. Exercise 4, towel squeeze. Exercise number 4 brings us back to a chair. This is the towel squeeze. For this, you need a bath towel. Roll it up nice and tight into a thick cylinder. Sit down on a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor. Sit away from the back of the chair if you can, so your spine is supporting itself. Place that rolled up towel between your knees. Now we are going to work the adductors, the muscles on the inside of your thighs. These muscles are often weak in seniors, which leads to knee instability and hip problems. Strengthening them also helps significantly with bladder control and pelvic floor strength. Let's get into position. Sit down on the floor or your mat. Extend your legs straight out in front of you. Now, this is important. I want you to sit tall. Imagine there's a string pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Keep your back straight. Try not to bend your knees, but keep them soft. Don't lock them. Hold your arms out straight in front of you for balance, and keep your gaze fixed forward. Now we move. We are going to take small steps forward using only our hips. Lift your right hip and move it forward. Then the left. 1, 2. 1, 2. Feel those two hard bones under your bottom? Those are your ischial tuberosities or sits bones. I want you to use those as your feet. Try not to drag your heels heavily, let them slide, but the drive comes from the hips. Let's go forward for a few paces. And now let's go backward. Reverse the motion. Right hip back, left hip back. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. We are going to do this for about 1 minute. Now, I want to address safety. If you have severe lower back issues, herniated discs, or if your core feels too weak to hold you upright, please do not force this. We have a modification for you. Simply place your hands on the floor beside your hips. Use your arms to support your spine. Take the weight off your back. The movement is the same, shuffling forward and backward on those sits bones, but your arms are there to keep you safe. Remember the golden rule of our workouts: no pain. Discomfort from working a muscle is okay, but sharp pain is a red light. If you feel sharp pain, stop immediately and wait for the next exercise.